We're here with Chris Dessi, the CEO of Silverback Social. One of the things, when we had lunch last week, when we chatted about, for a new company starting out who wants to get into it, I mean, clearly they need some sense of direction if they want to do it right and to avoid the minefields.
I can give some tips, right? I'll give you tips right off the bat, tactical stuff that your listeners can use literally tomorrow. So if you have a company and you have a company Facebook page, I'll give you some easy tips. Only post in the morning or in the evening, and only post once a day for 2 weeks, okay? That's all I want you to do. Morning, coffee and cocktails. Think of it that way. Morning and the evening.
But you say in a post either or both?
Start off with either or.
Okay.
Either in the morning or in the evening, because that's when people wake up, they check the news feed. People are antsy at work, 4:30, 5 o'clock, they want to see what their friends are doing, they go on Facebook, right? And there's also something called Facebook's EdgeRank algorithm, and this will allow for your message to get to those people. Previously, people thought, hey, if I have 1,000 likes on my Facebook page, when I post something, 1,000 people will see that, and that is wrong, right? So you will bypass this algorithm, and you will be articulating that you respect people's experience within Facebook by not spamming them with the content. So those are the tips. Morning or in the evening, post once. Post your content, post a link, and post an image, and then ask a question at the end of it. So content, link, image, question. And when you ask the question, request for people to share, comment, or like. Don't ask would, should, could, how, or why. And the reason why I say don't ask would, should, could, how, or why is because people don't like to think. And they really don't like to think on Facebook. They don't want to write their opinion. You might be able to do it every once in a while, but for brass tactics, if you have a brand, whether it be a small business, whether you're a solopreneur and you're a CPA and you work out of your basement and you have a Facebook page, use these tactics. Post in the morning, post in the evening. Commentary, link, image, question, and ask for the engagement, and do that for 2 weeks, and I promise you the engagement will go up, you'll get more likes, and you'll get more interaction within your Facebook page. Now, the opposite is true on Twitter. Only post within business hours on Twitter, just for the beginning. This is the blocking and tackling, right? This is just the bottom line. Right. Post within the daytime hours, because people tend to be a little bit more comfortable with Twitter. They can text throughout the course of the day. People get news on Twitter, so when they're talking about things within their business ecosystem, they're comfortable taking an article from CNN, flipping it over the fence, and retweeting it with their Twitter followers. Post on Twitter between 4 and 5 times from 9 to 5 throughout the course of the day. When you're asking somebody to retweet something, don't use the acronym RT. Spell it out. Say, please retweet. Write out retweet. Posting links works well. Posting quotes works really well. Oh, Chris, I'm a business owner. What am I going to write quotes about? Well, listen. There's somebody out there that inspires you. There's somebody out there that you think is going to guide the idea and the energy and the zeitgeist of your business. So post a quote of somebody that inspires you. Quotes are the most often retweeted content. It doesn't only have to be about selling the content. And I'll give the final anecdotal thing that people can use. I had a friend, Chris Cornell, who used to own a framing store, and we were wrestling one day over coffee. What do I post on social media about my framing store? I said, well, tell me about the frames. So we're kind of riffing, going back and forth, talking about it. And I tell this story in the book as well, but he talks about, well, the frames are metal, and they're silver, and they're wood, and they're handmade, and they're this and that, the other thing. And I said, well, that's all well and good, but we don't want to just talk about the hard body of the content of the thing that you're selling. We want to talk about the energy behind it. So I said, why do people frame things? He said, well, they've just accomplished something great. They've gone back to school, and there was a single mother that went back to school. She put herself through school. It took her 7 years to get it, but she got her undergraduate degree, and she was so proud. She said, this is the one thing that I'm going to splurge. I'm going to spend a lot of money to frame this diploma because it means so much to me. And I was like, that's what you talk about on social media. Don't talk about the frame. Don't talk about the physical thing that you can grab that you're selling. You got to talk about the energy behind the product, why people are doing that thing. And if every business owner can communicate that and can put their finger on the pulse of their business, right? That's the stuff you talk about.